Hi there, welcome to Elite Currency. My name is Chris, and today's focus again on the euro dollar, pound dollar for the first half of the upcoming trading week. Let's kick off with this euro dollar daily chart. Basically, recap here. We saw a strong upside, and we saw a choppy correction that did stop at the 23.6 fib, and we were talking about the potential for price to bounce, which it did. You can see that a bit better on the 4-hour chart here, right here, as price indeed bouncing off this 117 support. And I was talking about the fact that price might make a breakout, which happened here or here, and eventually saw a continuation above 118 towards 118.75, 119, which was the target zone. So we had some interesting bullish bounce trades. We had some interesting breakout trades, so definitely some couple of good setups last week. And indeed, on Thursday, we said be careful of this zone because that could create some bearishness or some volatile correction. So that's indeed what happened, pretty much followed the trading plan as expected. And in the meantime, we see indeed a corrective, a choppy kind of reaction to that target zone at 118.80. And that could indicate a way forward. So from my perspective, this is an interesting spot. And this channel line has been broken, so let's move that away and make a triangle like this. So there are basically two scenarios. In both, for the moment, the euro dollar is bullish, but they indicate different kind of structures. The first scenario is that price stays above this triangle, bounces, maybe makes a bull flag, and then breaks. All right. So from my perspective, a breakout here would be an interesting setup. Or maybe even if price shows some engulfing twin here, maybe even a bounce trade within that triangle closer to the bottom of that triangle. So a bounce or breakout could indicate the completion of a wave 4 and up for wave 5, because this could be a 3, a wave 1, and a wave 2. All right. So that's one scenario. The other scenario could be that price breaks below this triangle, and in that case, I'll move the fib from here to here. All right. And I would be looking for a bounce at either the 78.6 fib or the 61.8 fib to the upside. So both are bullish. It's just that one, scenario is a bit higher and the other one is a bit lower. So if we get a breakout, there's a small trade potential here, but a very small one, only from 118 to 117.50. That's only 50 pips. So that's a very small zone. It's only for intraday trading. More importantly, though, is the bullish structure that is in place. And you can see that a bit better on the daily chart. So what kind of scenarios do I have in mind? Well, if this is a 5 wave, as indicated, right, then it should stop around 119.50, 120 probably, maybe even 120.50 if it extends further. And that could complete a 5 wave. We should see an ABC down, and up it goes for another push up. All right. But what if price, because we do see two strong bearish candles here, right? So what if price does get all the way down to that 117.50, 117.25 area? Well, in that case, I think that this is an ABC, this is an ABC, and we should expect another ABC up, plus another 3-wave down before seeing an uptrend. So the main difference is that if it retraces deeper, all right, then I'm expecting an extended correction, much longer. Whereas if we get the breakout without breaking 118, then we're much closer to an uptrend than compared to if price moves to 117.50. So the difference is the speed of when the uptrend starts. If we get the breakout, if we stay above 118 and get the breakout, uptrend is close. If we retrace all the way down here, then I think we're going to get an extended correction, 3 waves up, 3 waves down. It might take a while before we get the uptrend. Doesn't mean that there are not some interesting trades, right? One of them could be from 117.50. The other one could be, again, a hook back and an upside. And even here, maybe shorting for downside and again long. So those are potential bouncing spots. It's just that it might stay in this zone for a while. Now, what if price breaks below 117? Then in that case, of course, the bullish window or bullish perspective is out of the window. And I think that we should see a bearish breakout down to the 38.2 fib at 115, which in turn is probably a bouncing spot too. So that's about it. Those are the main scenarios for the euro dollar. 118 very important, 117 very important, 115 very important, and of course 120 and 121 as well. And those will be basically the key levels for bounce and break. And depending on the patterns, I will try to estimate in the next video how fast and when this uptrend is expected to continue. So more on that soon, but at least my key levels at the moment. And on the hourly chart, just quickly taking a look at this particular fib, let's keep an eye on these fibs right here and see if we get a turn or an immediate break on the open on Sunday evening. This is the pound dollar, by the way, and you can see that it's in a channel. It had a break, but then a close in a reverse, and went right back into that channel, in fact. So this could still be a bearish wave 4, although it really went deeper than you would expect from a wave 4. I do think that the break of this channel is a potential that could happen throughout the week, and price might make that downside. The question in my mind is, how far will it go? Will it go all the way down to the minus 272 target at 129, or will it bounce at the 130 round level? Or would it just maybe make a shallow push down? And maybe the best could be to put a fib from here to here, in fact. And, maybe 131.40, 61.8 fib, 131.75. Those could be potential bouncing spots because of the fact that it could be making a bigger correction upwards, all right? Especially because it has already pushed higher than anticipated. So I think that I'm kind of neutral on the pound. I could see it go both up and down. So I think we have to be quite tactical with this. I don't think there's a strong trend at this moment that is prevailing. Looking at different time frames, we see both up and down at this moment. So it's kind of a mixture from this point of view. So I think it's better to be flexible with the pound dollar and just keep an eye on price action. If it breaks this channel, I think there is some space to fall 400 pips. But then be careful of this zone. If it breaks that, then yes, it could maybe continue lower. But above all, keep an eye on candlestick patterns on daily chart, 4-hour chart for the beginning of the week. I think that will prevail and will provide more information about the direction. I think that it's at a spot where it could make a little bit of downside correction, but it could easily expand that upside again, or make that dash down to support. So just be flexible. Keep an eye on candlesticks. Like if it's a bearish engulfing twin, look for a retracement of that candlestick and for more downside. But then if we see a strong bullish candlestick pattern at the 61.8 fib, don't be surprised that this then extends higher. So that's my main message for the pound. We'll take a look later this week. I think when we get more info, it'll be a bit more clear what the structure is of the pound and its direction. Last but not least, we are also very excited about ECS Live Trading. Here's the link at the top. And ECS Live is all about trading setups, analysis, bridging the gap from theory into real life, into actual practice. So that's why we're so excited about it, because a lot of traders have reached out to us asking for this, and finally it is here. So what is it all about? Let me scroll down to the bottom. All right, here's a lot of info, so just take your time to go through that when you're on the page. But at the bottom, you see a useful table that compares, the 3 different packages basically. And here on the left, you can see what it's all about, what is included. All right, so you can see CAMACD from Netted, of course, ECS SWAT for myself with setups, and you see what it's all about, which markets, which frequency, and also educational courses is available. So there are a lot of benefits and bonuses that are included. We are very excited about this. We just can't wait to start. There's also, by the way, a 2-week trial, so you have all the time in the world just to check it out and see. And but we're sure that you're going to like it, and we can't wait to start. So check it out. The link here at the top, ECS Live Trading. Thanks, and wish you all great trading. Talk to you soon.